All abafethu, Abuti nice time in Tozemnandi DJ Khathu inja yeah game. Oh, look at us. Look at us. Yes. You know, I've been for many years I've been saying to myself, one day I'll create a show of my own. And today we have the Nowadays Lifestyle. Yes, the very episode here, Nowadays Lifestyle. And I have to big up myself and say to myself, I'm proud of myself for finally reaching this thing of saying I want to do this thing. But I also figured I can't start a show without doing it in a very big way, in a very massive way, in a very superstar way, you know? And I've got a friend of mine here. I don't know if are you still my friend? Are you still my friend?
So we check.
Okay. I got my boy Abuti LoLo.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, mele thola ama effects. What's a vendor?
Zino.
Nale nama punches.
No baby baba.
Konje bizwa ngale lento enidlalayo ngoDecember.
Msango.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you ever partake in Msango?
No, I've never. That thing is hectic, eh?
No, you and Cyril Ramaphosa and embarrassments.
No. But here's the thing. In my own defense,
yeah.
One punch, I would I'd be gone. One punch, I'd be gone.
Okay, no, I hear you.
So you were driving here.
Yeah.
You almost got arrested. Why? Driver kanjani? What is the thing?
No, as a flop.
Were you driving from Mpumalanga to here?
I was driving Mpumalanga. Ngisahlala Mpumalanga.
Oh, things have changed.
Khathu successful, sure.
Guys, people have money. People are wearing fear of God. Just J on it.
Khathu Mpumalanga wami la Polo Fields.
People are successful.
I'm rushing to you because there at the estates we had an issue with the gate and that's what security was doing. It took us a while to get out. So much I'm sure we set time and I'm thinking I don't want to be late. So I don't know what's this thing about these cars of 2023. Ever since they've made them with very light accelerators.
Yeah.
And a very heavy foot.
Yeah.
Like natural. So like monk driver.
Just put it there and then gone.
It goes and this car flies. This car goes and got to take a ifro Audi nyana nje. Like, and then my mangiza la nge Audi ifro.
Get to take a ifro Audi.
Amaphoyisa ngimisa mfana mjana amaphoyisa bathi no sinenkinga la. Ngithi inkinga yani bathi no sinenkinga ye speed. Serious. But yeah, so I'm thinking it's a speed thing of a fine.
Oh yeah.
So when your team calls me, they're like, "Hey, how far are you?" I'm like, "No, guys, I have a small Nyana problem, but I'm coming now." This cop hears me on the phone. He's like, "You don't have a small Nyana problem."
It's
like,
a big problem.
Just
a cold drink
on a Tuesday, Nyana.
Quick.
Because he was like, "No, you need to go inside." Ngati no da ngida. Nkolise ngatkolisa mfana ngathengela police station yonke ama cool drink. Njengoba ngilangisana imali.
But I'm glad you're here. I know you. I've known you for a very long time, Abuti LoLo. But what's your real name, dog? I've actually never.
Version.
Yeah. What's your real name?
Leehleza
Mang.
Mukwane.
Oh.
Yeah.
Leehleza Mukwane from Sekunda.
Yeah.
Born and bred
in Sekunda.
Went to school there. Did everything there.
Yonke into to the point where I even worked in Cecil.
Cause in my mind I'm thinking, if why don't you just really work in the mines, mining engineer, something good?
I'm a qualified electrical engineer. Like I used to work
they
there.
need you there. You see, let me tell you. So I used to stay in Woodmead. I moved from Woodmead, right?
Yeah.
There's you know where you live?
Yes.
Polo Fields. Emuva kwe Polo Fields kune megawatt park. Bandinge Eskom. You just you could be getting money ngapha nangapha.
Do you know why I left?
Why did you leave?
The stairs are too much, man. There's too many stairs.
And I saw when you cause the studio is, it's on another floor.
I'm upstairs got lava bafuna ukurecorda nami labo. These ones really don't want me.
So you grew up in Sekunda.
Yeah.
Went to school in Sekunda.
Yes.
Discovered the love for comedy in Sekunda.
Yes.
How? How did this happen?
So Sekunda back in the day didn't have any comedy shows or types of events. The only comedy shows we would get is when the big guys come through, facilitated by your casinos and stuff.
You see, every time you say big guys.
Ish, man, I'm being wrong, ne? Let me find a better term. Like your more established comedians.
Yes.
Who have contracts and they tour the country and things.
Yeah.
So that's the only time Sekunda would actually get comedy.
Yeah.
And obviously with that type of comedy, you're never going to get a chance to perform.
Yeah.
Because Kumba's never going to come to Sekunda and then be like, okay, I'll give you a chance to perform.
If you've never done.
Yeah. So these guys who also love comedy, Abu Pet, start doing, there's a guy called Pet Machelel. They start doing comedy shows, but in small clubs and stuff. And he called me one day, like, hey, he heard me emceeing at church, one of the functions
For
at
real?
church. Yeah, emceeing. And then
Because
he's like,
emceeing is a thing that you do, but we'll get into it.
Yeah. So he has a comedy show. He's like, come through, and he's like, you want me to MC? He's like, no, I want you to actually do comedy. I'm like, yo, man, angazi ukuthi ngiyoqala ngithini. And then he actually tells me how comedy works with the whole setup and punchline thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, write a few jokes, go perform at the show, like, do well, bro, do very well. Now we start doing these shows. Leehleza calls me through, and he stays in this other town called Leehleza.
Yes. Not very far.
Not very far, yeah. You can call it like a rural area. And then we started hosting comedy shows there. Khathu, Abantu would come and watch comedy, ne? Abantu by 100, I'm sure. Bisa charge about 20 rand. 100 people will come and watch us just talking. We don't know what we're doing.
This is you and Leehleza.
This is me, Leehleza, and Abopet, like guys from that side.
Just throwing.
Just like whatever, like if you sit in the tent and you see like a good yo, okay, this is happening, then you go and try joke about it.
Yeah.
The people are like, we don't know what we're doing, bruh. Like we don't know.
Clueless.
I don't even have one joke from back then. Then I can say, no, I can refurbish it now and use it. I don't know what we're doing. We start doing that, and then we start trying to book guys from Joburg to come through.
Yes.
And then we slowly get into it. And then once I started knowing guys from Joburg, then I started speaking to them about how do we move around comedy, start watching shows this side.
Yeah.
So I remember Trevor Kumbi came and he had a big show at Graceland.
Yeah.
And when Trevor Kumbi came, I troubled him inbox.
Oh yeah, so you're DMing him, sending him
but you
inboxes.
come to Sekunda
At this time, where is it on Instagram? You're doing it on Facebook
Insta.
or Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm like, yo, Trevor dog, like I'm from Sekunda. I just started doing comedy. Can I please perform at your show?
Yeah.
Luckily, Trevor says yes. And then when Trevor came through, performed, done very well. Now my audience, that side is growing. And I'm also starting to know Amachita from this side. Now I'm starting to actually figure out comedy and how comedy works in South Africa. Saqala kanjalo vele.
This is dope. And when was this? Which year was this?
This was 2017, if I'm not mistaken.
2017.
Yeah.
And when did the big money from comedy start? When did you start to see this is lucrative? I can sing because you won an award 7 months into doing comedy.
Yeah, so around that time when I won the award, I started getting booked frequently. Mara, it's not big money bookings. It's your clubs in Pretoria calling you.
Is that a general thing with comedy clubs? Because the bookings for clubs aren't as much as the shows, the standalone shows.
Yeah, clubs were a big thing before COVID. Hey,
Nah?
they were huge. Like
I feel like it's for everyone.
Yeah,
Even for musicians now, they'll tell you for DJs, for performing musicians, they'll tell you the very same thing.
Yeah.
Before COVID, it was a very
big thing. So your venues would be like, okay, it's Chavi Sabantu maybe from Thursdays until Sundays or Mondays.
Yeah.
Let's give Abantu comedy on Wednesdays.
Yes.
So
yes.
Before COVID, a lot of my bookings would come from these clubs. So now the money would come in. If this guy is paying you 2.5, and in a month you have like 8 to 10 of those gigs, that's 25K.
That's good money.
That's decent money. I'm just starting out. I'm doing well, and then corporates. I knew good corporate season comes, of course, then you'd get your 1-2 corporate gigs. But
those are your December times.
Yeah,
November.
November, December, your January.
Closure of businesses and whatnot, yeah.
So I knew good, okay, when those come in, obviously that's your big money. But then I saw myself being able to sustain club gigs.
Yeah.
And I saw that money becoming more than my salary at that time. And that's how I could make the conscious decision to say, okay, I as in Sasol, one of these days I'm going to say goodbye to you, because I can navigate my monies now. I can understand if it gets tough, this is the.
And if I invest as much effort as I'm doing on Gusasol into my comedy, I can make as much money.
Yes, because now you understand when you're in Sasol, you're making money for other big dogs.
True.
And you're making a lot of money for them.
A lot.
So I also moved into this thing of hosting my own shows. Okay, I can't also rely on Khathu because they won't always call you.
So here's my thing. Before we get to your shows, you touched a bit, and I feel like it also ties into a question that I was going to ask maybe a bit later.
Sure.
You said you met Leehleza. How are you meeting Leehleza? At this point, you meeting him is not Mshove Leehleza.
Yeah, now Leehleza is not Mshove Leehleza, but what people don't know about Leehleza before Mshove is that Leehleza was a big DJ. I'm using the word big loosely around the wrong people.
It's fine.
Leehleza was a prominent DJ in our area.
Yes.
So Leehleza was our number one when it comes to DJ.
Ekasi, like this is the guy.
Yeah, like not only Ekasi, also in your Eastern, like he was known. He was doing well.
He was doing well
in his own space. So if Leehleza is charging 5K DJ in a month, maybe he can build up to 60K, 70K.
Yes.
So you must understand, he's busy.
He's busy.
He's huge. So Leehleza, we meet up on the vibes. Nami, I'm building my name to also be number one in my area. MCing, comedy.
With MCing and comedy.
Yeah, so I start troubling him. So how I start troubling Leehleza is I DM him like, yo dog, you know all the promoters around here, please plug me for MCing.
This is now
pre-comedy.
Yeah,
please plug me.
Oh, so comedy came after the MCing.
Yes.
So the MCing has been something that you've been doing.
I've been doing MCing. Like I've been doing like speaking MCing, hyping MCing.
So weddings,
funerals, mamela, parties, everything.
Dressing up because I saw there's a video. It's a video you were performing on Dumi. WTF with Dumi, and you're wearing a suit. That's been
the things I used to do. So Leehleza, it's a thing of now I'm trying to make the connect. Leehleza is like, I'll help you out. Really, now he's not a selfish dude.
Yeah.
But like, no, I'll tell you where to go and I'll plug you with certain people, this and that.
Yeah.
So once we started having this relationship, of course, on the basis of he's going to help me out, and now I know him. So then when he saw the gap in comedy in his hood, then he called me up, and that's how we started becoming closer now. So
around the same time, 2017, whatnot.
Yeah, this is like before Mshove. So Tapu used to host comedy nights.
Yeah.
Every last Wednesday. I take Leehleza one night. I'm like, let's go to comedy here, Tapu. I'm booked to perform for Comedy Wednesdays.
Yes.
On our way there, you know when two guys lie to each other?
We can do 1, 2, 3.
Sekunda can be far. Sekunda can be far. If you come to Joburg,
I know.
We're playing music in the background and we're lying to each other about how one day we'll make it.
Yeah.
So it's a thing of it's a conversation of good Mbana. Once we get to Taboo, if we see anybody, Sesa Foster man, about like, okay, imagine I'm going to perform comedy, yes. Once I'm there, and then now once we get there, and then we can speak to whoever we speak to in Taboo. Maybe they can
you're rocking, you're doing
like
your thing.
From manje mfana yabona njengoba we opening this door.
Yeah.
Asabuyele move. Yabo. And then luckily Leehleza no Kabza stay in the same town. La Pelezli.
Yeah. Oh yes.
So Ukabza at this stage, Ukabza is selling a track to Amachita.
Just
to EP3 and Ukabza at this time.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's bigger Alex. He's bigger
Alex. Yeah. Then those small parts. Yeah.
So they meet up. They record Mshove. They do the things Mshove Amabele, the tracks that they're doing. Then they blow up. And this time that they blowing up, I'm also blowing up in comedy.
Yes.
And then that's
and you've already had that friendship. You've solidified that friendship between you and Leehleza.
Now it's a thing of Amachita Sekazi just doing well.
Yeah.
Amachita, they go their own way to perform that side. I mean, I'm doing comedy. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So when did you move to Joburg?
I moved to Joburg last year.
And was it because you were getting a lot of work this side that you felt like, listen, I need to be that side?
Yeah.
But at the very same time, you also in your hood, you haven't forgotten Ikaslako.
Never.
No, because
never.
you are there, you're creating all these shows. You're talking, when we're talking about comedy, there's I don't know if it's a franchise, but there's a show that you always do, which is I've Got Friends Too.
I've Got Friends Too, yeah.
Yes.
I've Got Friends Too is my big shows. So what I started doing, I'm a club gig in Sekunda. And then I also started doing big shows. So maybe like 4 big shows are called I've Got Friends Too. Started doing it at the theater in my hometown. Theater is small, 450 seater. 450 seater started selling out too easily. Then I moved to Graceland. Graceland is 1,000 seater. And then the first show I had at Graceland at 1,000 seater, I think I sold like about my 800 tickets. Came back and then I sold it out. And then in all of this that's happening, I don't think we're mentioning COVID.
Yes. Because remember we're building. Now we're getting to the part.
Now to come to the thing of me moving to Joburg, there's the whole discourse of COVID and breaking us. So COVID broke me when I just left Cecil. That's what COVID done. I just left Cecil, end of 2019.
Yeah.
January, we do shows, nyana, make money. February, do the show, go Graceland. I've Got Friends Too, sell out. Oh, sell out. Now, in Tatele Mali Yonka that I sold out, I booked Woodbank, Nelspruit, Mjolo for March and April.
For different shows.
Yeah, for different towns. Because now I'm like, Sekunda Sengi Bambile, there's nothing that's going to happen to Sekunda. Let me move around in Mpumalanga. Then we do Comedy Under the Sun. The day after Comedy Under the Sun, Cyril Ramaphosa speaks to us. He tells us, he's closing the country. He's closing the country. Yonki mali yami hambili.
You've already booked these places.
I've booked venues. I've printed stuff for billboards. Because I believe in marketing. I really, really believe in street marketing. And I've printed all these things. I was looking at those things during COVID.
Because a lot of people at that time, they planned big shows.
Yes.
And the week when the lockdown was announced, I was flying out to Kenya.
Sure.
So the thing is, you go to Kenya, you get that side, they quarantine. They close the country. You stay here, you don't get that. You're not getting that money. So I'm like,
yo, COVID, matota.
So I'm like, man.
Yeah. I go with my valley country as Mapegile City. No, there's no way out.
And you were thinking it's gonna be 21 days.
Everybody's thinking it's gonna be 21 days.
Those bookings for these different venues are still locked. I'm gonna be nice.
I mean, again, good day 20 was when I was supposed to have my Mjolo show, so I knew Mjolo was not gonna happen. It's fine. I'll lose the money for that, but I'll make up. But these other shows, it
goes a month. 2 months.
But every time magakhuluma umpumulo ne.
So what's happening to your pockets now?
Mamela, the pockets are running dry. And now obviously that money, it's gone. And every time your West Bank calls and you want to find out when you're going to make a payment, you think of that money. Like, and remember, one thing I think people don't realize now is that the culture before COVID is that people used to attend events. Used to spend
a lot of money.
Because money was there. Like our economy was okay-ish compared to now. So now we had to come out of COVID and start rebuilding. So we started rebuilding. I'm getting into this thing of partnering Leehleza and what. So what happened was, because we in Joburg a lot, we saw our money that we're spending at hotels is too much.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And we're like,
we are there almost every week.
Yeah, we're there almost every week. And you must know, if we can, let's say the whole weekend, and the Monday, you have your odd gig in Monday. Tuesday, 10. And that whole fatigue from the weekend kicks in.
There's that 2.5 hour drive going back home.
Then you obviously book an extra day because there's nothing you're going home for, basically. There's nothing really you're going home for. So you book an extra day. So we started counting this money. We're like, I'm fine, I know. I spoke an incident, Jan. Spoke to Leehleza, spoke to Ezra.
Who's Ezra?
Ezra is a DJ from Woodbank.
I know Ezra, but now in the context of the podcast.
So now in the context of the podcast, Ezra is a DJ from Woodbank at this time. Like
Emalacheni. Yes.
Stibana through a mutual friend, Masterpiece. Masterpiece is a vocalist, Amapiano. Masterpiece during COVID, Ezra comes through one day. Him and I, we click. Like just Yeah, that thing of vibes, whatever. Ezra has this huge event with Bank called Ipoiki. Ezra calls me to Ipoiki. I go MC Ipoiki. After MCing Ipoiki, I tell Leehleza about Ipoiki. I'm like, yo, dog, Ezra. Ezra is running this thing called Ipoiki. It's such a dope event. Ezra books Leehleza. We go
to pull up and perform.
Yeah. So now, through all of this, COVID hits again. Remember we had that breaking yana.
Yes. Yeah. And then we hit the December.
December.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then on the 28th of December we
donkey. When he closes the country, now Leehleza and we've established that okay, we're getting too bored in our hometown. But I'm sure the police aren't allowing us to come to Gauteng.
Yes.
Now we
unless
travel
if
to
you have
Witbank for fun.
unless if you have permits and all of that stuff.
Travel to Witbank for fun. We start blowing Ezra. Now we become very close friends. Become very close friends. Now we have these videos Sisonke at Groove. And then promoters see these videos and promoters just want to see us
together.
At their venues together. Yeah, then we started getting booked like a lot as like a trio.
So it's the three of you guys now are just
now we're just rocking these places. And now mind you, I'm an MC, so I'm just to ask people why bangalale makai.
Wait. And I liked that because there's a question I was going to ask you. You say as an MC you're asking people why bangalale makai.
Yeah.
Now there's obviously chance that every sort of MC uses.
Sure.
The Huirala, Wetsala,
yes.
Bo Asihambi Sambango 6 or all that stuff.
Yeah.
How does that now factor into your performance as an MC?
So now what we started doing is that
are you now using the very same things? Now you're building your own.
So I started building my own.
From the comedy
from comedy, from famous chants, from unutilized chants. Sometimes you'd say something and then I'd realize Khathu doesn't understand that he's saying Yahamba. Then Khathu mfana no akusanankinga sesoyisebenzisa thina sibone. So the whole discussion now becomes ukuthi machita labantu basibhuka and they're booking the three of us. I can't just walk in and ask people why bangalala emakhaya. Let's build and see what we can do. Yeah, so we started building, we started having our own flows, our own technique, our own way that we do this thing. Basically, just so that the venue knows that they're getting value for money in my performance. Because my whole thing was that I can't just be an ordinary MC. Because
there's a lot of those and they're just doing the same thing.
There's a lot of those and they're doing the same thing. So if I come into a venue and they've asked the people over 10 times why ngalale makhaya, what is it that I can say? By the time I ask them why ngalale makhaya, I get the loudest response that night.
And now you are there, you're performing. Obviously, you see different MCs.
Yeah.
Why jiva? They're doing all of these things.
Sure.
Now you are dancing.
Now I'm there. I'm dealing with the whole thing of crowd control.
Yes.
Needs to be my strongest point. So I've been blessed to go to crowd control valley into on any given day. So crowd control is my thing. So ask him
So when now when the songs Boom Show and all of them are popular,
yes,
people would obviously expect Leehleza to be on the mic
to perform. Yes.
But he's behind the desk DJing, and now you are there, and everyone's phone is there. It's on you.
Yeah,
you are going up and down. You're performing. You're doing all of these things. How does that make you feel? Seeing okay, this is his song. It's a big song, but I'm in front now. What's that relationship
so what
like?
I've done is that he's the one who actually instigated this whole thing, because when his songs would play, I'd want to give him
the opportunity.
Yeah, the limelight.
Yeah.
Because one thing he doesn't understand is that his songs are huge, and in this case, I'm a nobody. You understand? In a comparative sense.
To the song.
To the song versus me. I'm a nobody.
Yeah. And the song is big.
And the owner of the song is right here.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, yo, dog, you need to understand, you are here with this big song of yours. You need to,
Do people mistake the two of you?
No, not anymore.
They used to.
Yeah,
because
Yeah, like I'd just be walking in the streets and then people would be like, Mshove. And I'm like, hey, Welele. Welele. I started zombies. Then he'd get tagged on Facebook. Leehleza, he tagged this image. And then he opens the image. I'm there. I'm like, I'm fun. Man.
And obviously, I would imagine when you are doing all of these things, we are told them a groupies.
Yeah.
Ladies are just like, oh my goodness, Lumfana. Oh my goodness, Yambuna.
Hey, that's my first back hoop.
You say Abuti LoLo, right?
Yeah.
There's a video I once saw of you. You were chilling with this girl. I think it was at a party.
Yeah.
And you're trying to talk to this hand. This hand is like, nah, it's not happening. What was happening there? Because this chick is like, no.
Khathu, I think if I tell you the truth, you're going to be the first person to know the truth out of all the hundreds of thousands of people who want to know.
Tell me.
That's what was happening there. Like, to the point, Leehleza took that video. Leehleza took that video. This hand.
And the video goes viral.
This hand is a hand that I was seeing. Very big as an Amguleo party.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
At that time?
At that time. So I think Maporisa was DJing and he's playing Superman. Superman, gonna le saxophone, and I think I was giving her the example of the saxophone with your Kabanga Masnata le saxophone, so if I can pet in.
And do the things.
And do the things. So instead of good Lomunta Chamega later, we are here. So the slouch comes from a thing of good, you're not hearing me. Yeah, well, that's when I hit the slouch.
Oh, you're not getting the thing.
Yeah. So
this saxophone.
And I'm explaining to her, that saxophone is playing. And I'm like, you're not.
This thing can work.
And Leehleza was recording this thing, and when he records this thing, he posts it. And his brother takes it and puts it on Twitter. We go to sleep, I wake up, I have like 1,000 notifications. I'm like, there's no way I'm explaining this to the masses.
I'm just letting it fly.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to explain it. They will understand what's happening. I just let it go. It's gone. They are calling me a blesser who couldn't make on this girlie. Hey! They are calling. Yeah, I'm useless.
Yeah, like this guy, next thing, this chick is...
So I let it go,
not knowing the story behind.
I'm like, you know what, guys, it's fine. Let's in your view, whatever. Let it run. It pops up every year. I must answer the question of what was happening there. Like, guys, I'm sad, much.
So that's a hand that you were seeing at that particular time.
Yeah.
That's done.
Yes.
Now you've moved into another relationship.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I won't ask you.
As I'm looking at you, get no, you're pale on a podcast, man.
No. So where I'm trying to get to is, ladies want you. How do you now deal with them wanting a part of you to be, next to you? Because Abuti LoLo 2017, 2018 is not Abuti LoLo now.
No. I think what I always find myself struggling to deal with is I haven't fully accepted which I'm well known. And so when I walk into a place, I still sometimes have the mindset to hey, nobody knows me here. It's pants. So by the time somebody approaches me, sing nervous. Because one thing people also don't understand is that many of us artists, like people won't say this, but many artists, we are scared of people.
That's true.
Yes, we're in the business of people,
true,
but
yes.
we are afraid of people. Like with me, I can perform for thousands and thousands of people, yes. But the moment,
but not on a personal thing.
Yeah, 3 people come into my space. Saying never manje. Now I'm worried about them. I'm smiling enough for you not to consider me rude. What? So like, when it comes to groupies, I do not know how to handle them. I would be lying to you. They make me so nervous.
So when we are sharing,
no sharing.
So is this how you? Okay. Anyway,
is this how I want?
Is this how you got your lady? And Shelly dog, I just chose her from.
Lady available kulento ukuthi sikhulume nansi vibe sibe grand because mina bengimthanda in a sense or bengimfuna ngithola
Yeah.
mama groupies usuka vele ungabafuni basuka vele beza kuwe and then and bakhupha yazi bakhupha kupha ama groupies
Yeah.
lama groupies akhupha mahamba nomuntu.
Oh yes, because they become too much.
Yeah,
they become too much.
Labantu bangiyiwani ngiyoperform abangikhuphi yazi.
It's a thing. You know what's it's crazy. Women it's a crazy thing. I'm a side chicks. Married men have a lot of side chicks.
Yeah.
Because buyers good uno muntu.
Yes.
And now we want a part of.
Yeah, you are right.
But when you're single,
you are right.
I mean, it's like you're just chilling there. No one just cares about you.
Because like when I go out with madam, I enjoy going out with my madam. I don't have an issue. I really enjoy it. But I have an issue that when we get to places, girls will come and kiss me on the cheek, and then she'd get upset, obviously. But I'm like, when I'm alone, you girls don't do this. Like, why don't you do this when I'm alone?
So now you're ay man, nenzani.
Wena ubaby sikhala sithu.
Abo ngikwatele wena.
No, mfana.
Wena ne usile.
It knows that you and her don't speak. Okay, because there's groove girls.
Yeah.
Girls you see at groove all the time and you can recognize her. They're like, hello? Every Monday usekonka lo nyamazi. And then that one day, uhamba necher, she finally has the courage to come and speak to you. Ha, Lolo talaga qina. Ay now uyazitshela. Hey, why yeah? Come here. There's my look taking me. Medi aliko happy. Medi, and you can't explain to me ukuthi lo muntu lo asikhulumisana. Like angazi wenzani namuhla. Umane nje ubanje amadimoni ngoba ukubonile la. Okay, Lolo, okay, I'm leaving on the cheek.
Problems, creating problems for you.
Yo. But it's the things we deal with, Khathu. What can we say?
You did a song with Ezra and Leehleza.
Yeah.
I saw a music video corner this morning. In that music video, there's hands. And there's a part where Leehleza wakes up to this girl. You can't see my handwriting. I can see your turn.
No, I'm listening to you.
And it doesn't show you waking up with anyone.
Yeah.
Right? But that's where the conversation from groupies also stems from. Like, these people are there. Right?
Yeah.
Is it your thing to say, I'm Nandi, guys, I've got a person. If you guys want to do whatever you want to do, you guys can do whatever you want to do if you're with people.
It's all of our thing.
That's a very safe answer. That's a very safe answer. So how do you know? You get home like I'm sang. Don't worry. You say.
Hey, machita. Hey, now Khathu phela ngibuza ukuthi hey. Uyabona ku music video ngilele ngi1 mara nina. Uyasho ukuthi ukuthi into eyenzakalayo mara ngingawari machita.
It's safe.
No, it's sharp.
How did you now see that now we're making comfortable money, like proper money? When what happened to say to you now we're making proper money?
I think so after COVID. There's the whole discussion of...
No, you have beef with COVID, eh?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, no, we all do.
Mine is very deep.
Also mine. I'll tell you, but yeah, it's very deep.
Mine's deep. So after COVID, there was the whole thing of rebranding and restructuring.
Yes.
So obviously now we're getting booked a lot as a trio and whatever. So we started seeing from there, Uguti, man. Actually, Ezra brought it up the one time. And I'm like... Yeah, machita noticile ever since Shova Lento Shova so we've managed to make over this certain amount. Really, but yeah, no man, let's calculate and see. And then we started calculating and seeing, no man, there's no way we can make less than said amount in a month. And that's when I saw, okay, now I can move to Joburg. Now my life finally is starting to have stability and structure after COVID. But that's the whole thing. That's how we came about. It's the whole just monitoring and seeing with man, it's grand.
And do you have siblings?
I have an older brother.
What's your relationship like with him now that you are this person?
He's a very huge supporter of my work since the beginning, really. So He's always been there. He's always been there for guidance as well, to say, I do this, do this. So he's been very, very supportive.
And at home, when you told them, listen, I'm quitting this thing, I'm focusing on comedy and MCing.
I done it at a time where they also saw
that this is working out for me.
And also there was the complaint from emsebenzini ukuthi ngilova kakhulu or ngilala emsebenzini.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so they had that complaint in mind, and they obviously knew one day bazomqosha lo.
Not knowing that I already.
Yeah, not knowing what already.
I want to make my way.
Yeah, like that. I was intentional with my comedy. I was intentional with the way I want to make money. I was intentional with my client base, to a point where when I leave, I know and I'd make.
I'm gonna go do my things.
Yeah, and I'd have more time to be able to do things I couldn't do with the 9 to 5. During the days, planning or my potential sponsor. I knew that's what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to use my time for. So by the time I was like, "Aye, guys, I'm leaving Sasol," they were like, "Aye, fed. We see the money."
What right now? Obviously, okay, the money is coming in.
Yeah.
You're much more comfortable as compared to when you started.
Yeah.
What are the challenges? What are the fears that you have right now with all of this stuff that you sort of working on?
My fears, Khathu, is what if the bookings stop?
It's one thing that I've always feared as well. It's sort of a common fear for anyone who performs.
Yeah.
What if the bookings stop? Because that's where you know the most money comes from. That.
Sure. What if the bookings stop? But then I always console myself with the whole thing of getting blind. Like, I'm dope at what I do. So if the bookings stop, they'd only be stopping because I haven't reinvented myself for them to still enjoy me, and it would be my own fault.
That's a smart answer.
Yeah, so I think my fear would be, it's a thing of the only thing that would make my fear come true or come to realization would be the whole thing I've been lazy and I've been comfortable. So it's a thing of always being in a state where you want to reinvent yourself, and you're always willing to give people more, and you're always giving them a great time and whatever. So my whole thing is, if I walk into a venue and there's 5 of us, like, or 10 of us, you name them, the crowd still needs to be able to say,
yeah, even like, Abuti LoLo.
Yeah. So it's always the thing of which I need to always remember that, one, I'm dope. And because I'm dope, I need to always give people my dopeness and never stop giving them my dopeness. And never forget to I'm dope. Because the day I do forget that, it's the day with depression. Because a lot of artists have depression.
That's true, yeah. Yeah.
Like I remember after Umlando.
Yeah.
Became very, very depressed, and I think his worry was probably in the gig. I'm not sure what his problem was, but when I think, I'm like, this could have been the problem.
It could have been this, yeah.
But if I could have reached out to him at that time, my thing would have been, you have a hit that is still running. But one thing you must never forget, if you could do this, it means that you are dope and you can recreate again, of which he's done. And he's managed to recreate, and he's managed to fill up his calendar for the whole of December. You couldn't find Toss if you didn't book him early enough.
Yeah.
So you understand? So my thing is, my fear is, what if the gigs stop coming in? But then my answer as well is that I'm dope enough to always reinvent myself, to always be relevant enough for the gigs to keep coming in.
So you mentioned you're gigging, you're doing all of these things.
Yeah.
How do you now take care of yourself? Take care of your body, take care of your mind? I mean, if you are drinking,
you're
partying, you're on stage, you're going to different shows, you're on the road. How do you now take care of your? Because umzimba uyakhathala. And lento akusinsimbi. Actually, this thing is not still.
Not at all. And now that you bring it up, I was actually hospitalized early March for a week.
This is now.
Yeah, now, like recently.
Yeah.
If you check over here, I have a thing.
Oh yes, 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 yes.
Bebangifaka amapipe kunzima jo. Because of what you are saying. So I think one of the traps of entertainment is because of the whole fear you could see, what if I stop being booked?
Yeah.
You overbook yourself. You get
Because you want to collect
Yeah,
as much as you possibly
because
can.
you tell yourself, good, no, if $1 million is all I'm supposed to make in my career, let me quickly make it before
anything
kick me
happens,
out.
they kick me out.
So what we do is we overwork ourselves to such a point where we forget, Guti, this thing is not a machine.
Yeah.
So I prioritize rest. I really prioritize rest, and I prioritize. Now I'm prioritizing eating healthy, because once Friday kicks in,
Because when you say eating healthy, I saw a couple of weeks ago you were gymming.
I was trying to gym.
I saw.
Yeah.
But I saw you sleeping there on the treadmill. I was like,
Yeah.
Lolo is not doing this
Khathu
thing.
ngithi I was trying to gym. Akukho mnandi da.
It's not.
I don't-
I was at a point, I remember 2020. I was like, man, I can't. I just couldn't.
Yeah, no, that
But
akukho
now,
mnandi.
but sort of now I'm used to it.
Yeah.
And I'm not gymming to gain muscles, or it's just to make
Just
sure
to keep
that I'm
healthy. So the reason why I started gymming was we got into a fight one night. We're coming out of an event. As we're coming out of this event, we pass this other tavern on our way out, and then these boys, they're fighting in the street and whatever. So one of these boys, he decides to kick the car. Our car.
Yeah, the one you-
Yeah. So obviously reaction man, you could no lost try like up. Yeah, so there's about 4 of them fighting, and then there's 2 of us in the car. So what do? I put the car in gear mode, scheiße by 2, jump out, and that. Now there's 2 of us, 2 of them, and then I put the car in park. I
Also,
jump
now
out.
the two are like, you know,
Yeah, I've neutralized them.
like the video game.
I've neutralized.
I've got these two.
I've neutralized them, and now it's just me and Leehleza and the 2 of them. I put the car in park, and then I look at Leehleza. Have you ever looked at your friend, and then you're like, damn it, I actually don't know if this fool can fight. Because our relationship is always laughing and what we never, yeah. I'm like, yo. I'm like, no, so I jump out of the car, man. That man, maybe him clap like 3 or 4 cards. Nah.
No, but with which hands? These hands?
Yeah.
These? Come on.
Zokulimaza lezandla mangekho careful. It was a fast thing, Joe. Also, the thing is, I know Guti, I'm a fat guy, so I can't be involved in long fights.
Yeah.
My fights need to be very, very disciplined now.
1, 2, 3, get in
Yeah.
the car, gone.
1, 2, 3, get in the car, gone. And then our next gig was 40 minutes away.
But don't you think they'll be like, wait, some tall?
Yeah, but at least that day, ngithumile message ukuthi no ayenziwe lento qeda kuyenza, yabo.
So you get in the fight with these guys. What happens to the 2 now?
No, the 2 they are rolling on the floor.
Now, Leehleza also, he's got his person now.
Leehleza's got his person. Leehleza's throwing close lines, but he's missing. You know, like I'm looking
he
at.
can't fight.
I'm looking. I'm like, no, this guy can't fight. That guy.
Let us kill.
And luckily I found out with the weak boys because Leehleza can't fight. But now it's a thing of 3 hands. Quick. Get in the car. Our next gig is 40 minutes away. Leehleza and I only started speaking to each other 35 minutes in. Only after 35 minutes. Khathu. Only after 35 minutes, can you spuzana ukuthi hey, benzani laba bafana? Yo. Angabona lapho ukuthi no, but amele ngene gymini manje. No, sorry, but then the whole thing was because I realized how unfit I was then.
Yeah.
It has to do with performing as well and being on stage. When ngizokhathala on stage. I think in each meanings I made these things.
Yeah. Just so you can just have that momentum.
Yeah, just to be able to give the people what they deserve.
So now here's my thing. There's a chant you do when you're on stage.
Yes.
Especially when you talk about energy. You say ukuthi isidudla siyashova.
Yeah.
Slender siyakhathala or
Siyalala.
Slender siyalala, isidudla siyashova.
Yeah.
And I saw this one video where you were I don't
That's what I did to me, but yeah, but like I must sell this thing. I must sell it. When I tell them what like it's too less a show. Mama nga call bangzami. They need to sit there with no.
For real.
No. Corner something da.
You are besides the MC and the music part, in terms of the comedy, you're very close to Celeste.
Yeah.
Very close to Skhumba.
Yeah.
Are those people that you look up to in terms of the comedy?
Yeah. People. I love their work ethic, especially Skhumba. Skhumba's comedy is on another level. What people don't understand is Skhumba. His tour is 25 shows. He sells out 22 of those shows. Yes. You understand? Yes. So when I say, when people on Twitter they always say Skhumba is not funny.
But also, you know how Twitter is.
Yeah, like I always feel like I could just jump in and explain to them. You guys here say he's not funny. You don't know. You don't know in the actual, cause like when it comes to Twitter, we don't care about you unless you're a ticket buyer. We don't care about your opinion unless we know you're buying tickets, and that's why I don't care about the people who try body shame me or bully me online. I'm like, you people are not part of the people that are there at Groove.
Did it ever have an effect on you, or a sort of effect on you when people sort of body shame you or say whatever?
I got people have been body shaming me since I was 6, Joe.
Because I would imagine you grew up a chubby kid.
Yeah, so it doesn't affect me. These people have tried they've tried doing trending. They're saying, "Gucci, I have a small penis." Like, it doesn't affect me.
He does not have, because
yeah, like like I'm not vendor, but I'm not vendor.
I like the fact that you said it's not vendor first.
Yeah, I'm not vendor, but like I'm also not Zulu. I went to vendor once, man, and then I went into the bathrooms to go take a leak, and then like the guys, they were standing far from the urinals because I realized no, I can't be the only one who's peeing close to the urinal. So then I started going to go pee in the ladies' bathroom. And then when
I didn't even hold it.
I just you vendor guys, you're so blessed. So I went to go urinate in the ladies' bathrooms, and of course the ladies' bathrooms, they also have bigger penises than me. So I started. Yeah, but then it doesn't faze me, Mvan.
Do you have a kid?
No, I don't.
Do you want to?
Yes.
How many?
I just like 2. Preferably, if God can bless me with twins, I'll be done.
No?
Yeah.
Same time, done.
Out.
So would you say, because are we on now?
Yeah, Maramvana, you also can't come into the show to go get you Uzi wrong.
Yes. Hello? Okay, cool. Is it picking up now? All right. Yeah, but about Mama Uzi. It's the Nike people and the Uzi people.
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
So if you want to have kids, it means you, with one person, obviously. So it means you would want to get married, settle down.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Is that something that you grew up thinking I would want to have a wife and kids and all of that? Or it's just seeing how the work environment is, you meeting all these different people and you feel like maybe if I can just find myself a decent hand and just get married?
I've always been about the idea of being married and having kids. That's always been my thing. I think now I'm getting closer to it.
How close is close?
Close to the point where like I'd like to marry this person I'm seeing.
Oh snap!
Yeah, like.
So this serious, and you are in love. You are in that love.
You are
in love. Oh no, but I see it. Maybe people don't see, but I see it. Because you know when you see on WhatsApp, I'm like, he is really in love. Did she take care of you when you had the thing with your leg?
Big
What had happened, Vele, when you had the thing? Did you fall?
No.
Get into a car accident? What happened?
I was walking.
And then your ankle just...
If there's one thing about me you must know, is that I'm a professional fallist.
Or you fall gracefully, or you know, step by step. You know the kada.
Yeah.
Then you're on the floor.
So I know once every 6 months I must fall. Whether it be at groove or I fell off a couch once. The couch puga. Okay. Everybody would be like, yeah, you deserve it.
You know, I was worried about the chairs that we're sitting on. That's why I had to. That's why I had different chairs. No, for real.
That's why you guys testing the chairs.
So I was like, guys, make sure, because no, the reason why is for Inyao.
For Inyao, yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, just make sure that the chair is proper. So, you know.
I think it was one of Leehlaza's birthday parties. Where were we? Top notch. I was going to the bathroom, and then when I like there from VIP, there's a small step. I just stepped on this ledge and then I twisted my ankle.
Ish.
I thought I was fine. We still went to a second venue with this leg.
Oh, you continue?
Yeah, we still went to a second venue, having the time of our lives. We went to bed. And then, you know when you need to go pee, that drunk pee, 6 again.
Yeah.
I'm getting a toilet, I'm figuring a toilet.
Would you attribute all your sort of success to hard working, or you pray, we are pasha? What do you do?
I work hard and I pray.
You pray?
Yeah.
You're a firm believer of God?
Yeah.
Church? Do you go to church?
Because
I know that's you know the if you started the whole thing of emceeing, doing stuff at church and whatnot.
Yeah.
Are you still very active now?
No. I'd be lying. Not as active as I used to be. I used to be very active. I used to be active to the point where I was one of the leaders in the praise and worship team.
You lie.
Yeah, I was a youth leader as well.
How saying it You were out here.
I was active to the point of Fundis when they used to call him to Shumaels in other places. I'd go with him, and then when he's praying for people, if there's too much people, I'd help him pray for these people.
And now, do you pray before you sleep? Do you pray before a gig? What do you do?
I pray whenever I can pray. Before a gig, before I sleep.
Whenever you can pray.
Whenever, yeah. When I feel uncertain, I pray. I pray.
What would you say has been the scariest moment of your life?
I think thus far, it was my recent incident as a
The one with the...
Yeah. Because, like, for me to go there, it was a thing of, I was just going for a checkup, go to a hotel. I wasn't feeling well.
Yeah.
For the weekend. So, the weekend, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to pause my gigs the way I wasn't feeling well. So I went to the doctor, and then the doctor wanted to run tests on me, but didn't have all the proper tests. So she ran whatever she could run at that stage, and then she asked me to go to a casualty, and then they'll do the rest of the tests, just so we know what's going on. So when I got to this casualty, and they started testing me, I started losing energy and everything, and then they were like, "We need to admit you." Don't you think? Sorry to cut, but don't you think when they tell you stuff like that, like now you would need to run more tests, and something just happens to your system that just pushes Zokula Pezu. Yeah.
It just pushes it like
You're right.
I was fine. I know I was fine.
I was fine, and then all of a sudden pressure was spiked. Because I was at the doctor for the whole day, Joe.
Yeah.
I was at the doctor's, and the doctor was monitoring me the whole day. Everything was fine. It was just a case of, I just need this one test that they need to do to hospital, and then you can go home and sleep. Got to casualty, and then the doctor tells me that they can't release me. I'm like, doc, why can't you release me? Because my doctor said that I can go home. They're like, no, if we allow you to go home, you won't wake up tomorrow morning.
You'll die.
In fact, you won't wake up ever.
So you're gone.
Yeah. So right now we're gonna need to open a hole in your
Now we
neck.
need a big casket for you.
And then like my policy doesn't have a crane. I must add it to my policy so that.
Oh yes. You can't. Yeah, you need a crane for
Yeah.
you. Yes.
Hey,
Why do you
no.
think you need a crane? Because I feel like me and Singakuka C5. Okay, maybe not, but so they tell you all this thing and what's going in your mind, what's going on in your mind at that time.
Yeah, I think it's the whole sort of
That's scary, dog.
and I could see that they try keep calm, but you can see in the panic of the things that they are doing. They're also just hoping.
Yeah.
With whatever we're doing, look, when they had to cut me.
Did they have to make you lale, all of these things?
No, I was awake throughout all of this.
Obviously numbing all of that stuff.
They're numbing my neck. They put a pipe in, flushing all the fluids. And I think the most traumatizing thing that they done for me while I was awake was to put a catheter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not nice having something stuffed in your penis.
Yeah, that thing is uncomfortable. So I've heard. I've never.
It's uncomfortable to put it. I think it's the whole.
It did need to be very long for.
Mine was long. Just so you
know. So here's the thing, right? This being the very first episode of the podcast,
sure,
there's something that I've always wanted to sort of do, or just ask people. Yeah. Do you know the national anthem, Yonke?
Yeah.
Even the Afrikaans part.
Yeah.
Let's pick up from the which part? The Sotho part. Let's go. There we go. Oh, Sibuluke. Yesu Sichabasa South Africa.
Etiplofa non se yem, etitip de fa non si, etiplocha verte berges, waar die kranse antwoord gee. Sounds the call to come to...
Listen, okay? I thought you were going to say Fairwood, what? Listen. This man knows this thing. I'm here trying to trick him.
No, not the anthem.
This is dope. So you know Afrikaans?
Yeah. I'm from Sekunda, dog, I have to.
Is it like a widely spoken language there?
Yes. Or also, especially if you're into...
Because you played rugby.
Model C played rugby, so you have to know Afrikaans if you want to get by with good races.
Oh. Yeah. And when did you quit rugby now?
I quit rugby in grade 11. Grade 11 was the last year I played rugby.
Were you fast?
I wasn't fast, I was strong.
Yeah, so you push people around.
Yeah, I was very strong.
I don't even know the positions as a rugby.
Yeah, I was this thing called a prop. The position Beast plays. Do you know Beast?
Yeah,
Tawarira.
I know I'm Tawarira, yeah.
Yeah.
That guy is quick, eh?
Nah.
And he's a tank, he's huge.
Huge, I don't know. But I won't necessarily say that I was exceptional, that I could have made it far or anything. I was fine for what we're doing.
For school?
Yeah, I was fine.
That was it?
Yeah, that was it.
Who's the, take out your phone? Take out your phone?
Yeah.
Who's the most famous person you have on your thing?
My what?
On your phone book? And if you call them, would they pick up?
Kabza?
Would they pick up?
Kabza doesn't answer his phone. All my famous friends don't answer their phone. Skhumba doesn't pick up his phone.
So who's a famous person we can call now? Okay, let's call your bestie. Let's call your bestie.
What are we saying?
No, don't say I'll speak.
Oh, yeah. I hope that like this podcast is for adults.
I hope this is picking up. Hello? Hello, Dali? Dali? Little baby? Ungahameki, Dali. Ungahameki. Unjani, Buti? Buti? Alright, buti ukuphi. I-emergency look lo mntu simbophila thi samcela ukuthi afunele umngane wakhe beka-driver. Beka-driver first lo mntu besamcela ukuthi sicela ukuthi ufonele ubhuti wakho, someone who can come bail you out. Bail. Sorry, what did you say? Lihlohonolo. Yebo. Lo muntu uthi uya ke interview manje ula hayi ungathukani amaphoyisa awazwani nenhlamba. Hello. No, uthe wena uzokhona ukuthi uzombeyila. Yo, sorry please man, kunabantu abadala last business after mukwena kisa pampiri lele. Relax abuti. Uthi wenzani? Sorry, awunyaka uzombeyila. Uthi uyakuthanda lo buti. Uthi uyazifela ngawe. Phakathi kwakhe uthando lakhe ligcwele lithe mfi. I'm kidding man, it's DJ Khathu. Ngiyadlala nje yami. Mnandi my dog, top stuff. Away. So it's a real thing. You have famous friends. Guys, that is it for us. Thank you so much, my brother, for coming through.
Thank you for having me. No.
This was amazing.
Yeah. No.
You know, I spoke to him once. I was like, hey, I'm doing this podcast. I didn't tell him this is going to be the first episode. I was like, I'm doing this podcast. Do you want to be part of the podcast? He was like, yeah, sure. When?
Yeah, let me know. I'm gone.
You know, the last time I came to Skhumba was when you had booked me.
Yeah.
Ngeza nesitoko. Wangincintsha lo mntana ebusuku.
Namanga ukushaya isandla.
Wangincintsha ebusuku.
Barong.
Unginike ekseni.
Okay, at least.
I think because it was, you know, she's like, no, I think it's being pusa kakhulu. I didn't want to feel like. I was like, okay, at least in the morning you gave me.
No, based on what Amachita say. Apparently, mabakushaya isandla ebusuku ekseni
Uzothola, ne? But also, I don't drink. So I was like, okay, it's fine. So I drunk, it's fine. I will see in the morning. You know?
You don't drink?
Nah, not anymore.
Oh, you like me?
I stopped.
Yeah, no.
It's car crashes, all of these things. I was like, nah.
Konje when an accident, ne?
Ish, you know?
Yo, van.
So I stopped. I was like, emotionally more to this thing. It's not gonna.
Excuse me, man. I know when's the guy.
So what are you doing now? I know you've got a show that's coming up.
Yeah, so I've got a show 27th of May. I have a show in Delmas.
Yeah.
With Skhumba, Celeste, Fison, and Elton Tutuzi. And then on the 5th of August, I've got Friends 2 in Secunda with Celeste and Pops and Pele Pele. So I'm just doing shows.
Just doing shows.
I'm just doing shows.
And on socials, where can people find you?
All on social media is Abuti _LoLo. All.
Oh, yeah, tura kakhulu.
No, ngiyatura mfana.
Yeah, no.
Mfana no. Le ukuthi so fika sitshela abantu ukuthi asitura. Madoda siyatura. Sayazi into siyenzayo and siyatura.
Mele adle.
And mele ngile. And impahla zami like ziyadura because like angithola ama size.
Ngiyayibona le size.
Angithola ama size.
What size is this?
This is luckily Essentials has big size. This is double X.
Oh, but vitamins, does it have?
Vitamins has XL.
So it's very tight.
No, it's very loose.
Is it?
Yeah, vitamins would be small. Umfana Uzi would be extra small.
In your t-shirts, ne?
My vitamins are XL and they luckily they fit.
Ish. You like hugs, ne?
Yeah.
I've seen. Buffet you. Loliwanga Manda, thank you so much. Check out this podcast and follow Abuti _LoLo everywhere. My name is DJ Khathu. We love you long time. This is the Nowadays Lifestyle. Away.